Greetings all. I am Luo Lin,
representing the Anton Oilfield Service Group. On this occasion, I would like to provide you with an update regarding Anton's comprehensive solutions. I kindly request that you view this report not as a sales pitch, but as a plea for assistance and collaboration. To begin, allow me to present Anton's strategic objectives. Our aim is to consistently develop into a pioneering, internationally renowned integrated oilfield technology corporation. At present, our primary focus is on establishing an industry platform for companies specializing in oilfield technology. First of all, I'd like to introduce to you Anton's strategic goal. Anton aims to become a globally leading integrated oilfield technology company with a focus on continuous innovation. At this stage, we are dedicated to building an industry platform for oilfield technology companies. On one hand, we are committed to the continuous development of the industry's shared platform. By connecting oilfield customers and suppliers in physical space, on one hand, this platform brings them together. However, on the other hand, there are technical differences in the supply
and customer aspects between
oilfield customers and suppliers. Therefore, we are continuously developing core technologies for comprehensive solutions to address and overcome these differences and ensure effective collaboration in the oilfield industry. The technical end brings together oilfield customers and suppliers through the difference end of the sparse work, so this approach cannot satisfy all parties in the industry ecosystem. Therefore, a comprehensive solution is the inevitable path for a platform-based company to meet the needs of all stakeholders involved.
So the entire title of today's introduction, Sustainable Development of the Global Oil and Gas Industry, Anton's Comprehensive Solutions.
All right, folks, today I'm going to introduce you all to Anton's all-encompassing 8 solutions. Firstly, in relation to the industry, it is widely known that the conventional oil and gas sector is highly competitive. Simultaneously, the future transformation and advancement of the gaming industry will present fresh prospects, particularly in the worldwide market. Additionally, the environmentally friendly,
security efficient,
and digital and artificial intelligence-driven growth of businesses has also provided us with novel opportunities. So Anton's comprehensive solution is officially established as these points, so this introduction should be differentiated from other partners facing the new type, and at the same time there is a particularly interesting point called generalist, which means that my 8 major plans always have one
side and one product that's suitable for you,
ensuring a unique and personalized experience. By implementing these 8 major plans, we are able to establish contact with every customer, which serves as a solid foundation for our scale development. Following that, I will provide separate explanations for each of these 8 major solutions. To begin with, let's discuss the solution for oil and gas development as a whole. When it comes to the overall solution, there is no requirement for an extensive introduction. So, I'll handle the oilfield development, provide a comprehensive report, and offer this service. Anton has Anton Oilfield Management Group, which provides oilfield management services. This group undertakes integrated oilfield management services, including operation and maintenance services for oilfields, as well as supervision and project management services. Our minority shareholders have participated in the development process of this project, but their main focus is still on providing services. This is the essence of being a service company, which is actually the case globally at present. Some of these IOC, which stands for global companies, are facing challenges in globalization and withdrawing from many places worldwide. So in this regard, Anton actually seizes this opportunity to leverage our comprehensive technological advantages and talent advantages to help some national oil companies and international oil companies manage their oil fields. There is an example of this on my PPT, which is the Makiro oil field. This is a very large oil field, and we currently have 1,400 international employees working in this oil field. So this has been managing the development of this Anton oil field for 6 years now. It is currently the largest industry in Anton, and it is also the largest single industry. There are already 3,000 international employees. The headquarters of this
oil field management division is located in Dubai.
So through our oil field management, we've made it so that our customers can easily and efficiently develop oil and gas, but I won't go into too much detail about that. The second solution is called oil and gas development to increase production and improve efficiency. This research optimizes the solution, which means we solve the problem of increasing production and improving efficiency in oil and gas development through research and optimization. The Oil and Gas Development Research Institute responsible for this business is Anton's. As you know, almost every oil company, even every oil field, has a research institute because oil field development is an underground project. Therefore, each oil field development is different from another, so there needs to be a research institute to conduct personalized research on the development of each oil field. Then, through the combination of geological engineering, research is done to... The optimized development plan actually forms a particularly optimized geological engineering combined solution for conventional oil and gas plants. Then we will develop and implement it. The implementation process will not have a big impact. However, for unconventional ones, just having an optimized solution is not enough. In the process of exploitation, for example, each well needs to be relocated.
Even every section needs to be relocated and disconnected.
So like in this whole process of oil and gas construction, we got to do research and stuff to figure out how to make it all fancy and colorful, you know? And not just that, but we got to keep changing things up in real time during the construction process to make the geological engineering super awesome. That's basically the idea behind this unconventional liquid oxygen gas oil and gas development thing. It's kind of like the patient and the person, you know? When a person's physical condition is not very strong, their dependence on hospitals is very strong.
That's why unconventional oil field
Trees have a strong dependence on research.
Relying solely on the research strength of the oil
company is not enough. We also need research strength in the construction process. That's why as an engineering technology company, Anton needs to establish a relatively strong one.
That's reason for the research team.
So Anton in this regard,
although our research institute is not very powerful, but now we also have a scale of about 200 people.
Our aim is to create and share services combined with geological engineering. And this is particularly needed as an engineering technology company. Its research institute emphasizes the combination of extreme geological engineering and is characterized by increasing production. To focus on 2 points, conduct meticulous and even more meticulous research and implement real-time iterations. The essence of Anton's Oil and Gas Development Institute: meticulous iteration to increase production and improve efficiency.
Then permit me to introduce the third
solution proposed by Anton. Let's visualize and explore its potential benefits. Datafication. Actually, just now when everyone heard me at this research institute, I actually went to talk about a viewpoint. Our understanding of the essence of development, especially the essence of development, is actually based on Anton's comprehensive solutions. It is based on our service philosophy and our understanding of the essence of development, especially development. The reason for establishing a company named Shendi Zhiguang Data Technology is our belief in the necessity of monitoring in the development and production of oil and gas. Currently, electronic technology has reached a highly advanced stage. Many individuals wear watches and are particularly attentive to their own health. They utilize watches to monitor their physical well-being. If you are not in optimal shape, then monitoring the changes in your daily physical exercise becomes even more crucial and significant. Even if body is in good condition, sometimes fitness enthusiasts who pay special attention to their own bodies also need to do monitoring. It's like oil and gas development. You need to monitor yourself just like you monitor oil and gas development. So that we can truly visualize and see the effects of our development, we need to optimize and refine the development of an oil depot in a more efficient way. In this regard, Anton's expertise is valuable. We may not be starting too early, but we put our hopes on a higher starting point, so we once started with a blank slate. By means of fiber optics, especially in the past 6 or 7 years, we have continuously built up our monitoring capabilities for fiber optics. We have already formed a series of fiber optic products. From a global perspective, including China, we are already at the forefront of fiber optics in terms of scale, technology, and service capabilities. We can say that we are a leading fiber optic monitoring company in China or even globally. Of course, actually, since our oil and gas development and production require monitoring, it's not enough to rely solely on key factors. So we also have digital monitoring technology along the pipeline. We have this measurement, inspection, and monitoring technology. So actually, our oil and gas development requires monitoring throughout the entire process. That's why it's important for conventional oil and gas plants. So this dynamic monitoring in the development process is very important, but for unconventional
oil and gas field companies,
it's a whole different.
The whole process of building a well is very important. From building a well
to production, it becomes what we call a complete process, a monitoring system. At the same time, it can be difficult to monitor using only one method. So we need to strengthen monitoring with other means. Therefore, our service philosophy is to utilize our own core technology and integrate industry resources to provide customers with comprehensive oil and gas development throughout the process. Simultaneously, it is a comprehensive monitoring system. Therefore, we anticipate collaborating with all stakeholders via the Deep Earth Intelligent Data Technology platform in order to assist the postal company in accomplishing the entire development and production process with thorough monitoring. The fourth point:
oil and gas well precision engineering technology solution.
Actually, this comes from the traditional engineering and technical services in Anton. In fact, Anton is similar to many traditional engineering and technical service companies. Initially, we started with drilling, downhole operation, pressure network wells, and downhole chemistry. This is a particularly rigid requirement of oil field companies. Every oil company needs to drill. However, you are aware that I have the perception that this particular industry, namely the traditional clothing industry, is highly competitive. Therefore, Anton, in the context of this clothing industry, is presently adopting a low asset strategy. This approach is actually quite distinct from that of drilling companies. In my opinion, drilling companies ought to adhere to a standardized development. Scaling up means that it may be difficult for you to generate effects with just a few transfers. Only through standardization and scaling up can the transfer model be done on a large scale and generate such scale effects. So, since Anton doesn't invest, we will take a different approach, which is what we call precision engineering technology, also known as personalization, targeted. So actually, what I'm saying is that
we not only drill wells with you, fracturing with you, and make coiled tubing with you.
We want to collaborate with our research institute. By combining and integrating with our other industries, our aim is to collaborate with you in order to create a shared goal. In simpler terms, we desire to work alongside you to enhance production and establish a standardized solution. Our objective is to validate a solution, specifically in terms of increasing production. Hence, our drilling company frequently engages in collaboration with our research institute in this manner. I have a lot of feelings when I talk about this place because we have been in the traditional oil field service industry for many years. I feel particularly reluctant to do one thing, which is to say that if you do well, it is powerful, but if you don't do well, it is a huge loss. In fact, profitable companies have this characteristic. But I think I originally wanted to do something. I originally wanted to approach something with hope and do it well, with the possibility of a pleasant surprise or limited risk if it doesn't go well. So later on, I feel like we would rather work together with the oil company to create a common goal. The production here is not high enough, so I suggest that we work together to increase the production. Let's use a new approach.
This can cooperate with the drilling company to use their drilling machine
Together with our technology. If you think it is necessary,
we can also use our own drilling machine
and our overall solution. Especially now, it is difficult to achieve a breakthrough in production increase with a one-way technology, especially for regular meetings. You say how much this ordinary increase in production is. I think it is difficult to explain sometimes whether your set of methods is correct or not, and it is also difficult to be recognized. Only when you really create a breakthrough increase in production through this new way, such as doubling the effect, will your technology be recognized and effective. So, our exceptionally precise engineering technology, our transformation is to cooperate closely with these tasks, carry out some of our experimental wells. Our overall solution is based on a specific growth target. We genuinely hope to upgrade from the intense price competition in this industry to the creation of long-term sustainable value that benefits all stakeholders involved in order to establish ourselves as leaders in the market. So I often say that I am not very willing to participate in price competition from a strategic perspective. We prefer to create value. Of course, in many cases, we would rather cooperate with these very good state-owned enterprises because I think our current Chinese state-owned enterprises, especially these large-scale state-owned enterprises, have actually done very well. And join them together to create opportunities for breakthrough contributions in some areas where they are looking for such breakthroughs, and then everyone can work together to break through one field after another and break through one block. We can promote their large-scale spectacle with some one-way effective techniques. To provide this is Anton's precise engineering and technical service. Of course, we won't completely sell the drilling rig. We will still maintain a certain scale, a small scale that allows us to have comprehensive service capabilities. This is our precise engineering and technical solution for oil and gas wells, the fifth one. Troubleshooting solution to ensure quality and safety in oil and gas development and production processes. Actually, oil and gas development is highly important and necessitates a substantial amount of investment in ancillary assets to guarantee their effective operation. Therefore, it is crucial to ensure the quality, safety, reliability, and efficiency of these assets. This requires this examination. Frequently, of course, we also possess these subordinate resources like the examination of oil casing, the examination of gas sealing, the examination of well network performance, but we also possess a lot of ground resources testing. In reality, I believe that this business will grow larger and larger because as we prioritize safety more. This concern regarding quality and safety is of utmost importance, especially considering the aging of the oil field. The inspection of secondary assets, including deputy assets, is not of significant importance. For instance, in the case of acquiring an old oil field, it is imperative to evaluate not only the underground oil storage assets, but also to assess the ground or the auxiliary assets of oil and gas development. Their integrity needs to be evaluated, otherwise there will be no major issues when acquiring them, so we believe that all of these oil and gas assets should be reduced.
So this Anton Oil Inspection Company
is a company that implements the solution for quality and safety inspection of oil and gas development. Now, this company has grown to have over 1,000 people. It is estimated that it can achieve a revenue of about $100 million this year. Our business is still profitable. Now, we have already spun off this company. In this, the SEC is presently engaged in this coaching preparation, and it ought to be in the final stage of listing on the domestic capital market. I approximate that there will be satisfactory progress in the near future. The sixth one is referred to as Paint AI Solution, thus indicating that this particular item is distinct from the others in the set. Everyone is aware that at the conclusion of these 20 years, ChatGPT has officially declared that we have entered the era of artificial intelligence. In reality, ever since the launch of ChatGPT, it has already given rise to numerous of these massive models and multiple GPTs that we are discussing. Numerous leading domestic companies and high-tech enterprises have released a multitude of such models. In the present time, the majority of personal assault businesses can be used for free. This implies that at this very moment, a significant portion of our work is carried out in virtual spaces, whether it be our online space or virtual space. And within these virtual spaces, there exist numerous entities that we refer to as this robot or artificial intelligence, or called GPT. Many of these can be used for free and can be used by calling over. These GPTs are highly effective. In fact, Anton not only offers industry training, but also provides this type of training course to the industry. We've invited numerous highly skilled instructors to conduct the training. Additionally, we aim for collective benefits
and urge everyone to pay attention to oil mates.
Participating in this training, after China's GDP was published, the country's artificial intelligence has experienced notable transformations over the last couple of years. Consequently, within our online environment, numerous robots are available to provide assistance. Indeed, in this type of setting, every person and organization must confront the impact of artificial intelligence. Anton should have commenced earlier in this domain.
Following the emergence of COVID-19,
Anton promptly shifted his attention to the realm of artificial intelligence and digitalization, which he had previously been involved in, thus resulting in the establishment of a comprehensive platform encompassing our internal sharing platform, among others. When we were doing oilfield technical services, including when we were doing oilfield digitization, we added GPT. So Andong already has this, and Andong has a digital finance group called Andong. There is an oil and gas artificial intelligence company called Andong Oil and Gas Tong. We have launched a 6-step transformation of artificial intelligence to push industry services. I think this 6-step run will be a universal version. A general methodology, this is Anton's methodology. So the first step is to think about what the first step is in this era. Every person, every company needs to transform. Anton provides artificial intelligence popularization training and transformation consulting services. In other words, Anton's services are sometimes actually free. But of course, if you invite us to do it specifically for you, we will charge a fee. This provides a training and transformation information service that is open to the entire industry and all people, including our entire staff. This is the first and second thing. Anton has already done something called a continuous construction for more than a year. We have already established a GPT cloud platform for the oil and gas industry, which means what? Isn't there a lot of general purpose technology, GPT, in the virtual environment of the internet? So Anton set up a professional GPT cloud platform for the industry. If you think this general thing doesn't work,
I suggest that you should go to Anton's Industry GPT
cloud platform through Anton's mailing service. This mailing channel has actually been released. We are currently promoting it, but we hope that everyone can join this mailing channel cloud platform after coming down. There are many free services inside. I believe the third option is the optimal choice for a company to expand on a significant scale. When he is using this GPT, it's best for him to create his own GPT cloud platform. In other words, when he uses it, he will inadvertently train many GPTs. Why can't you create such a platform and train this GPT yourself? All of GPT is placed on this cloud platform and then let your internal employees utilize it. This will greatly enhance the reliability and continuously strengthen the foundation of your artificial intelligence. You have a cloud platform to accumulate. The fourth one is about Enterprise Management GPT Development Service. Anton has also developed a complete set of GPT related to enterprise management, such as knowledge management, human resources system training, HSE, etc. We have established a platform like this, and leveraging GPT in management is highly effective, particularly when it comes to enterprise knowledge and information retrieval. So we also provide our Anton's oil and gas general artificial intelligence company to provide this enterprise management GPT development service. The fifth is that when we were doing digital oil fields before, we used traditional methods, but after GPT came out, we developed GPT applications on the basis of digital oil fields. This is truly fascinating. The sixth point of the project is interesting. In Anton, our on-site engineers, for example, our GPT engineer, after the release, we have engineers responsible for merging, for example. You are able to utilize GPT for precise address navigation and positioning. In the past, we employed a conventional expert-assisted interpretation system. Presently, we rely on GPT, and the outcome is highly satisfactory. In fact, there was a leader who asked me, "Is your GPT capable of accomplishing this? Can you use it for design?" I said, "No problem. As long as you give me the design, I can do it." In other words, our engineering technology company can train you on site as long as you are working. Finally, we can use GPT to assist in human services. Actually, Anton can also provide this kind of service. In other words, what everyone sees is Anton's 6-step method for AI transformation, which is the most important transformation for individuals and companies. With the objective of constructing our own industry cloud platform and also offering support to these gaming companies in establishing their own cloud platform services and subsequently assisting them in utilizing GPT for their needs. In relation to the management of digital oil fields, we are integrating GPT into the current digitalization efforts. As a result, we employ GPT for on-site engineering, technical development, and application, leading to a comprehensive implementation across all scenarios. Therefore, in this particular aspect, Anton, in order to initiate a strategic move, it is imperative that we have a slight advantage and establish ourselves as the foremost provider of AI transformation services in the industry. So what is the seventh solution? It is a green solution for oil and gas development. Investing and building are imperative for the progress of oil and gas development. The process of building actually involves carbon emissions, so the development of oil and gas is a very important issue that needs to be addressed. The key is to improve asset efficiency with minimal investment, which is crucial for making it safer, more prosperous, and greener in the long run. In this situation, what did we do? Before this, Anton has been doing it for many years. There is a leasing company called Asset Leasing Company that provides leasing of drilling rigs and engineering equipment for the industry. With the development of our overseas business in recent years, this has been happening. Due to numerous large oil companies in the country, their strength is significant. Additionally, there are many small and diverse oil companies. Consequently, this market will be highly active. As a result, we shifted from leasing engineering equipment to oil field equipment and facilities. Hence, we offer not only engineering equipment and facilities leasing, but also oil field equipment and facilities, along with oil field processing equipment and facilities leasing. For instance, in the province of Sichuan, we recently built a set of processing equipment and leased it to our client in the previous year. So, up until now, we have further developed and expanded the equipment to meet the growing needs of our client.
This assets rental
Turns it into a big platform using Anton and turns it into a platform for sharing. We call it Not Us. Our industry has something called China, which is a sharing. Bicycles and similar items, this type of sharing economy that shares assets through the internet. In fact, we are similar to Ant Financial, constantly constructing such a platform. So we bring the assets of these equipment suppliers who possess ample assets and then utilize our platform to lease them to our customers and share them with customers, because we have this platform in the future. Our efficiency in using assets is better than that of a single equipment supplier because we have a network. If you are a single equipment supplier and you want to return and recycle these assets from a customer, it is not easy. However, if you share these assets with many customers, they can be easily and quickly recycled because they are cheap. This is a good way. Especially lately, as we've grown, we've also made it financial. However, we've discovered that it's actually very challenging for financial institutions to enter the
oil industry.
They lack the required channels and means. So, like recently, we received approximately 1 billion RMB from a financial institution, and they want us to purchase assets for the community company, or like they are giving it to us and requesting our assistance, you know.
In other words, they give us financial leasing, hand it over to us, and then ask us to help them do leasing in various places.
I thought I'd advertise a bit. There are suppliers and oil field customers who need things, and we're here to buy them for you and provide service. Basically, this asset operation company in Anton has financial attributes. It helps financial institutions connect to the oil and gas industry. This channel has been working for the past year. So we were genuinely going all out to develop our market overseas. And out of nowhere, we unexpectedly came across this oil and gas asset lease. There is a new concept or a new development direction that is very interesting,
which is that global oil development
is increasingly demanding green requirements and green mining requirements. This urgency was not as strong in the past when there were oil fields burning and oil fields with many torches. Now, we are starting to eliminate the torches in many oil fields. So we sincerely focus on our assets and business in Anton. Analyzing the sincere layout, we actually realize what kind of business we are doing. It's a green initiative, so we propose this 6-step solution called Anton's Green Development Methodology. Later on, we discovered that it has a certain universality. This is Anton's methodology in green development. For example, in the first step, we have our asset sharing leasing service, which we don't advocate too much. Especially when companies always acquire assets, he strives to share as much as possible. He doesn't buy what he has, he just uses a part of it for a certain period and shares it.
Drill pipe leasing is a typical example of this sharing.
Some people say that's why he buys long term, but actually it's better to
put investment as far back as possible.
As much as possible. It's good for the earth and also beneficial for one's own economic well-being. So our drill rod type actually has a lot more. For example, we try to make some things extortionate. Don't we have the characteristics of asset sharing?
The second pain point of the oil and gas industries, oil and gas treatment,
equipment and facilities, is that the flexibility is not enough. Either the scale is too large or he just wants to start production quickly. The overseas cycle is even longer, taking 3 to 4 years to build. During this period, can I use a simple set of equipment to quickly
put it in for you?
And then I can leave after you have finished building on your end. I can just use an
offline device and rent another place.
Or sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes you may not know in advance how large the scale should be, so we suggest building a smaller and more flexible one, which we call
skid mounted.
Through the flexible and modular design, we can provide you with investment, operation, and even management services. This way, your company can inherit the economic benefits while achieving green mining. Additionally, we also offer equipment leasing services, not just renting the equipment to you. This device is yours and mine, and it doesn't really make a big difference if everyone buys it. The economic benefits are also good, and the impact of green mining is not significant. However, now we have a large team specifically dedicated to equipment and facilities. We call it energy saving service. By using this energy saving method, my equipment and facilities are cheaper than yours, and at the same time, they are more environmentally friendly. So that's the fourth point. In reality, there will always be emissions in oil and gas extraction processes. So it is imperative for every oil company to regularly review and assess the areas that require attention and mitigation measures on a yearly basis. High carbon emissions need to address. In other words, must constantly identify projects, initiate, invest, take action to address. That's why we call it Specialized Service for Emission Reduction and Governance. Important in the Middle East, work closely with clients. Extinguishing the torch, we now talk to customers about this. Extinguishing the torch, we have projects in progress. Then we will contribute money. Now, some financial institutions are willing to give us money. We will contribute money to extinguish the torch. In the process, it will generate additional products, economically beneficial. At the same time, extinguishing the torch can also engage in carbon trading. We have institutions for emission reduction, forming an integrated service. So the fifth point, the most optimal approach for us to develop, particularly, is this. Am I able to utilize it in our endeavors? What's the point of developing in this way with new energy so we can generate electricity in the postal area using new energy or weather-generated power? That's why we also provide rental services for power generator units. By renting power generator units, we can avoid using the conventional carbon-based electricity from the grid and instead use the new type of electricity. These methods can't solve the problem, but there will still be some carbon emissions. That's why we specifically work for oil companies doing distributed local consumption CCOS, which is carbon emissions. So Anton's green solution for oil and gas development
is essentially solved through leasing,
improving asset efficiency, and our specialized governance approach, so it's all bundled together. Attempt to encourage him to share as much as he can, make assets as flexible and efficient as possible, strive to minimize emissions, and make efforts to save energy to the maximum extent. Ultimately, we utilize the CCUS distribution system to address this issue. This is Anton's solution for achieving green mining through asset leasing, which we refer to as green development, where everything is available for rent. The eighth solution specifically developed for this particular external resource solution. When developing oil and gas resources, it's crucial to note that your resources will always be limited. Oil companies bring together their own personnel, research institutes, management personnel, financial resources, and oil storage resources. However, other resources are being implemented by oil companies nowadays. The global oil company system we refer to as a pure oil company system.
They will not build many external resources.
So he heavily relies on external procurement, external equipment, and external personnel to provide services for him. Therefore, in reality, Anton has been continuously building a platform that combines online and offline, a shared resource platform for the industry, in order to meet his needs and enhance operational efficiency. We have built a series of online shopping malls and have a lot of experience in establishing many. We believe that online shopping malls have their own functions. As mentioned before, if a company has more than 100 customers, it is best to have an online shopping mall. This way, communication is very convenient and the connection between customers is closer. Of course, if you are specifically doing this for someone else. This matchmaking business facilitates transactions, so yours is a bit different. It's a trade type transaction, which is on the rise, you know what I mean? The one that goes up the headlights. After an extensive period of development, we have been unable to successfully establish a globally integrated online and offline mall. We possess the Rongxiao network and logistics service base in over 30 countries worldwide. Additionally, we have a network of over
100 business channel companies
operating in different countries across the globe. Apart from our own suppliers, we also have access to multiple ways exist to bring everyone together and form a platform for sharing resources. On one hand, it connects suppliers, and on the other hand, it connects customers. This is how the form of trade is demonstrated, showcasing the exchange of goods and services between different parties involved in the platform. But our main goal is not just to make money. Sometimes our specific business personnel may want to earn a little more, but our internal requirement is to focus on generating traffic. Currently,
Our platform has approximately $3 billion with a transaction volume of around 20 billion RMB.
therefore, our objective is to create a strong industry atmosphere by utilizing this method, ensuring maximum connectivity between our suppliers and oilfield clients on this platform, and fostering mutual transactions. To accomplish this, we have successfully transformed the pre-existing supplier supply chain in Anton into a shared platform, thus facilitating seamless collaboration and enhancing efficiency in the industry. The entire supply chain evolves into a platform for sharing services, fostering closer collaboration between the customers of this oil field and our suppliers, thereby facilitating transactions. Consequently, our goal is to achieve oil and gas development through this innovative method, leveraging the interconnectedness of the supply chain. By doing so, we aim to enhance efficiency, maximize value, and drive sustainable growth in the oil and gas industry.
External resources platform service solution.
This is the 8 major solutions. In summary, we actually accomplished this through this type of... Our comprehensive solution, in fact, has already built such a business model. In other words, we have been thinking about a problem. Anton has just released our annual performance report this year. The sales revenue is over 4 billion, close to 4.5 billion.
Specifically, more than 4.4 billion, nearly 4.5 billion sales.
How can we continue to maintain rapid development and keep growing at a large scale? Typically, the growth rate is approximately 30% per year, but I do not believe that is sufficient. The future is highly uncertain during this period, so the most effective approach to handle uncertainty is to prioritize speed. Consequently, we must establish a business model that gives utmost importance to speed. The initial aspect to consider is the formation of such a business model is the external resource cooperation type. By adopting the external resource cooperation type, you can achieve growth that is not restricted to your own resources. The model encompasses customer-oriented design type and large-scale project management type as well. This type of model inherently possesses a significant characteristic, namely large-scale and rapid growth. This characteristic is also a defining feature of platform businesses. So at the same time,
we are not doing it alone.
In fact, it's an open thing. What you often can't do is something that everyone participates in. That's why I just said earlier that today is not about black sails, but more about seeking cooperation, support, and help. One aspect is that we need to continuously build our core economic capabilities. Our core economic capabilities should be able to interact with everyone, so we need to improve the core technology of comprehensive solutions and have many core technologies. For example, combining geotechnical engineering with other differentiated technologies that no one else has, I must establish them. It's not just about improving the core technology of comprehensive solutions. The second thing is to collaborate with oil field customers to jointly create personalized solutions to solve specific customer problems. In other words, when you propose these solutions, you actually need to customize them more. At this time, you must integrate with the oil field. And one crucial aspect of collaborating with him to address a particular practical issue in a specific oil field is that we must cooperate with our suppliers and partners to innovate and enhance technology's performance and distribute the technological advancements. Therefore, despite my recent introduction of our emphasis on the sustainable development of the gaming industry in the future, this remains an exceptionally significant point. So, Anton provides a comprehensive solution for
oil and gas development.
But in reality,
our approach is actually an empowering collaboration.
So, that's all for today's introduction. I hope all the friends who are participating in the live broadcast can give me any good suggestions or criticisms directly if they are familiar with me. At the same time, I also hope that other colleagues and friends of Anton can do the same. Thank you for your cooperation and support. Your input is greatly appreciated and will help us improve our services and products. People we know also hope to communicate with us through colleagues from Anton and give us suggestions. We particularly hope that all of you who want to participate in this live broadcast can discuss and cooperate with us personally to achieve common development. Thank you very much for your support and collaboration.